The same guy died twice. 7 years ago, while visiting my grandparents, they told me their next-door neighbor's son committed suicide in their house a few days prior. He was about 30 and had some tough mental health struggles. It was fairly traumatic as he had children in the house who witnessed the event. The children were sent to my grandparents' house for a few hours while ambulances were called and the scene was cleared up. It was clearly horrendous for all involved, and the somber conversation took up most of the afternoon with my grandmother breaking down in tears. My grandmother sadly passed between then and now, and my grandfather is also getting on in life. My mother called me a few weeks ago to tell me my grandparents' neighbor's son had committed suicide the day before, and essentially retold me the entire story, down to the children going to my granddad's house while their home is cleared up. I told her I knew and it happened years ago. She told me it was just yesterday. Both utterly confused, I ended the call and was genuinely worried about my mother retelling me old stories. She's late 50s now. So I called my very elderly granddad, who broke down on the phone and was utterly shell-shocked, telling me he had to look after the poor kids. So I'm thinking maybe my granddad is having issues with his memory and has retold my mother, and somehow she didn't remember it happening years ago. Wanting to check my own sanity at this point, I called my daughter and she confirmed with me that I had told her the guy had passed away years ago. It was common knowledge and I'm sure we had discussed it many times. We came to the conclusion my grandfather was accidentally gaslighting my mom. Only he wasn't. The funeral was the following week. They both attended and the death was in the local newspaper. My granddad has zero recollection of telling me the story with my grandma years ago. What the heck is going on here? It feels like this same tragic story is repeating itself, years apart.